Welcome! I am Curio of the House of Duke Orsino. Please know that masks must always be worn on the island of Illyria. With only 60 minutes traffic on our stage, there is no intermission. Let us now silence our cell phones and know that my Duke abhors texting. Do this for fear of my wrath upon you and your neighbors' heads. Now, lean forward and get ready to hear William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night! The seacoast. Viola is rescued from a shipwreck, but her twin brother Sebastian remains missing.
What country friend is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he's in Elysium. Perchance he's not drowned. What think you, Captain?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
And so perchance may he be.
Assure yourself. After our ship did split, I saw your brother Sebastian bind himself to a stout mast that lived upon the sea, where I saw him floating with the waves so long as I could see.
Since I survived, I'm in earnest hope your word rings true. Knowst thou this country? Who governs here?
A noble duke in nature as in name.
What's his name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I've heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now. Or was so very late, for he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A fair maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since. Then, leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose love they say she had abjured the company in sight of men.
Oh, that I serve this lady, and avoid scrutiny to hide from the world until the time is right to make my true self known.
That is hard to compass, for she will admit no kind of suit. No, not even the duke's.
I prithee, conceal me what I am. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a servant to him. What else may hap to time I will commit. Only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Duke Orsino's palace. Duke Orsino pines for Olivia, who is in mourning for her brother, and vows to wear a veil and not marry for 7 years.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeited the appetite may sicken and so die. Let's strain again. Had a dying fall. Oh, it came over my ear like the sweet sound. Ah, enough! No more. 'Tis not so sweet as it was before. When my eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence, and my desires there since pursue me. How now? What news from Olivia?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this token. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face with ample view, but like a cloistress, She will veil gulp, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a dead brother's love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she hath a heart that runs deep to pay a debt of love to her brother. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love lie rich when canopied with bowers.
Olivia's house. Exit. Pursued by a bear!
Maria, what the plague means my niece Olivia take the death of her brother thus? I am sure is an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier o' nights. Your niece, my Lady Olivia, takes great exception to your ill hours. You must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these shoes too.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday. And that foolish knight you brought in here to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andrew A. You cheek?
Aye, he.
Why, he's as tall a man as any's in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
He has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, and that may only last a year, for besides that he's a very fool. He hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarreling.
By this hand they are subtractors and scoundrels who say so. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking health to my niece. I'll drink to Olivia as long as there is passage in my throat and drink in Illyria.
How now, how now?
Hey, look, here comes Sir Andrew, ague face.
Good Sir Toby, how now?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
And bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Accost, I desire better your acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary
You
Accost.
misunderstand, knight. Accost is to chase her, court her, woo her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Oh, Fare you well, gentlemen!
Oh, knight, when did I see thee so put down?
As for your niece Olivia and my wooing her, faith, I am no suitor. I'll go home tomorrow. Sir Toby, she will not be seen, and the Duke Orsino here close by woos her.
She'll none of the Duke. I've heard her swear it. There's life in it, man.
I'll stay for a month longer. I do delight in the mosques and revels, sometimes all together.
Art thou good at these revels, knight?
As any man in Illyria. Shall we set about these revels?
What else shall we do? Come, let me see the caper. Higher. Excellent.
Viola, disguised and renamed Cesario, becomes Duke Orsino's favorite servant and falls in love with him. The Duke asks Cesario to deliver his love messages to Olivia. If the Duke continue these favors towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger. This letter he asks you to deliver to the Countess Olivia.
I thank you. I am now Cesario. Here comes the Duke Orsino.
Who saw Cesario? Who?
On your attendance, my lord. Here.
Ah, Cesario. Stand you a while, Loof. Cesario! Thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee even the book of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access, stand at her doors, till thou have an audience and leap all civil bounds, rather than make an unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, dear lad, believe it, for as a young man your lips are smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as a maiden's organ, high and clear, and as similar to the woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady.
Curio!
Yet a bar full strife, though I may woo others, myself would be his wife.
Olivia's house.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Duke Orsino, is it?
I told him you were sick. I told him you were asleep. What is to be said to him, lady? He is fortified against any denial.
Personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. He is well favored, and he speaks well. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman, Maria.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Our veils, come, throw it over our faces. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy. The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I'd be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I've taken great pains to con it. Whence came you, sir? I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part.
Are you a comedian?
No. But I am not the person I am playing. Are you the lady of the house? I am. Speak your office. It alone concerns your ear. Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text? In Orsino's bosom, the very first chapter of his heart. Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say? Good madam. Let me see your face. Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. 'Tis not well done. 'Tis beauty truly bent, with God's and nature's own sweet hand laid on. Lady, you have no copy, or peerless, and a non-parial. Were you sent hither to praise me? I see you what you are, you're too proud. But no one may deny that you're beautiful. My lord and master loves you. Your lord does know my mind, I cannot love him. If I did love you and my master's flame was such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I'd find no sense. I would not understand it. Why? What would you do? Oh, my lady, 'twere I in love with you. Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal songs of unrequited love, and sing them loudly even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and let the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia. Go to your lord, I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless perchance you come to me again, to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Farewell. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, action, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast, soft, soft. Can one feel ardor so quickly? What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger. He left that ring behind him. Tell him I'll none of it. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reason for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I do, I know not what, and fear to find. mine eyes too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force, ourselves we do not own. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Back to the seacoast! Sebastian, Viola's missing brother, survives the shipwreck, and Antonia watches over him. Sebastian plans to go to Duke Orsino's court, and Antonia follows him, despite having enemies there.
Will you stay longer, or shall I rather go with you?
No, Antonia. My fate, or that of my drowned sister, might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore, I shall crave you of your leave, that I may bear my burdens alone.
Let me know of whither you are bound.
My determinate voyage is wandering. In truth, Antonia, my name is Sebastian. My father lived here. He left behind him, myself, and a sister, both born within an hour. If the heavens had been so pleased, would we had so ended. But you altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea, was my twin sister drowned.
Alas, the day. Let me follow you and be your servant.
My bosom is full of kindness for you, but I am on my path alone and bound to the Duke Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore him so, that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
The street! Viola discovers that Olivia is in love with her alter ego, Cesario. Viola realizes that she is in love with the Duke Orsino. She hopes that time will untangle the web.
Sir. Boy! Boy! Were not you even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You ought to have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you are to put your lord into a desperate assurance. She will none of him.
She took the ring of me? I'll none of it.
Come, sir. You peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outsides have not charmed her. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man, if it be so, as it is. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him as she seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love, but as I am woman, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Time, thou must untangle this, not I. It's too hard a knot for me to untie.
Olivia's garden. Malvolio reprimands Sir Toby and Sir Andrew for being drunk, loud, and rude, and threatens to have them thrown out. Maria suggests playing a practical joke on Malvolio by writing letters in Olivia's hand suggesting that she is in love with him.
I can't stop this feeling
Deep inside of me.
Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight, is to be up early. Thou knowest.
Yea, by my troth, to be up late is to be up late.
Well, you are a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marianne, I say, a stoup of wine.
Hooked on a feeling.
What a caterwauling do you keep here? If my mistress have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
I'm high on believing
Oh, for the love of God, peace!
that you're in love with me.
My masters, are you mad? Or what are you? Have you no wits, nor manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do ye make an alehouse of my lady's house? Have ye no respect of persons, place, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir. In our catches, ooga chaka ooga.
Sir Toby! I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, if you can separate yourself from your misdemeanors, you are more than welcome to the house. If not, it would please you to take leave of her. She is more than willing to bid you farewell.
Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale? Go, sir, rub your chin with crumbs.
If you prized my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this civil unrule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Why, thou impertinent little hypocrite.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. I'll lay him a trap. I'll make a fool of him. I know I can do it.
Possess us, what will you do?
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein he will find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady, your niece Olivia. We can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. By the letters that thou wilt drop, he shall think they come from my niece, and that she is in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now shall make him an ass.
Ass I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Indeed. We will plant ourselves where he shall find the letters and observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Fare you well, gentlemen.
Duke Orsino's palace. Duke Orsino can tell that Cesario is in love, but when they talk, he misses her hints that she loves someone like him.
Now, good Cesario, play that piece of song, that old antique song we heard last night. Methought it relieved my passion much.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly, my life upon't. Young though thou art, thine eye hath some favor that it loves, hath it not, boy?
A little. by your favor,
What woman isn't?
of your complexion,
She is not worthy then. What years I faith.
about your years, my lord.
Once more, Cesario, get thee again to Countess Olivia. Tell her my love more notable than the world. Prizes not quantity nor land or fortune, but that her very nature and beauty attracts my soul.
And if she cannot love you, my lord,
I cannot be so answered.
sooth but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love as great a pang of heart as you for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not accept that answer?
No one can bide the beating of so strong passion, as love doth give my heart. My love is as hungry as the sea, and I must vow to Olivia.
Aye, but I know
What dost thou know?
too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they're as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man. As it be, perhaps were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed off her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love, indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but our shows are more than will. For still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy.
I am all the daughters of my father's house.
What?
And all the brothers too. And yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste. Give her this letter and say, my love will not leave, cannot be denied.
Facts.
Olivia's garden. Malvolio finds Mariah's letter, which tricks him into thinking that Olivia is in love with him. The letter instructs him to do ridiculous things to show his reciprocation.
Come thy way, Sir Andrew. Here comes my mischief maid.
Malvolio's coming down this walk. Observe him, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting. Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling. Oh!
Oh! 'Tis but fortune, all is fortune, to be Count Malvolio. Maria told me once that Olivia fancied me.
Here's an overweening rogue.
Oh, and I shall say to Sir Toby, my fortunes having cast upon me, your niece gives me her prerogative of speech. You must amend your drunkenness.
Like thou scurvy little scoundrel.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight, one Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many to call me a fool.
Oh, what business have we here? By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's. Oh, and thus makes she her great P's. Ah, it is no question her hand. To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases. 'Tis my lady Jove knows I love. Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know, if this should be me, Malvolio.
If this should be me, Malvolio.
But silence, like a knife with bloodless stroke, my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see. What that alphabetical position portends. If I could make that resemble something in me, softly. Malvolio, M, why that begins my name. Moai, and soft. Yet to crush this a little, it would bow to me, for every one of those letters are in my name. Soft, here, this follows prose. If this falls into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness, for some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee always cross-gartered. Please do so and see me. For every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. I will put on yellow stockings and be cross-gartered, so my stars be praised. Oh. Here is yet a postscript. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Oh, I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
Mariah, I could marry you for this device.
So could I too.
He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of hell, the most excellent devil of wit.
I'll come too.
No, you won't. As for my niece and thy wooing her,
Nay, I'll not stay a jot longer. I saw your niece do more favors to the Duke's serving boy, Cesario, than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard.
this was a great attempt in love in her toward you. She did show favor to the youth in your sight only to exasperate you. For my niece, you must redeem it by an attempt of valor. So challenge the Duke Orsino's boy Cesario to fight with him. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself in her graces. There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will you bear me a challenge to him?
Yes, write it, curse it in brief. Taunt him and bring it back to me.
You desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches. Follow me. Malvolio is in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered.
Hideously. He does obey every point of the letter I dropped to betray him.
Come, bring us to where he is.
The street. Sebastian and Antonia arrive in Illyria. Sebastian roams the streets, while Antonia finds an inn.
Antonia?
I could not stay behind you, my desire. You, being skilless in these parts, which, to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, oft prove rough and inhospitable.
My kind Antonia, I can no other answer make but thanks. What's to do? Shall we go see the sights of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against Duke Orsino's ships, I did some wreckage. Of such note indeed that were I taken here, I will pay heavily.
Perhaps you slew a great number of his people.
No, the offense was not of such a bloody nature, but were I to be seen here, I will pay dearly.
Do not then walk too open.
I will not, sir. However, here is my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Hotel Elephant, is best to lodge. Then seed your knowledge with viewing of the town.
Why, your purse.
Haply your eye shall light upon some trinket which you have desire to purchase, and I doubt you have the funds.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the elephant.
I do remember.
Olivia's garden. Olivia thinks Malvolio has gone mad because of his strange behavior. Sir Andrew challenges Cesario to a duel, but Antonia comes in and mistakes Cesario for Sebastian.
Where is Malvolio? I have sent after him. He says he'll come.
Oh, he is coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He does nothing but smile. He is surely possessed.
How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady. Ho. Ho. Ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady. Oh, I could be sad. This does make some obstruction of the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that?
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Oh, I know thy sweet hand in thy note.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed. Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
Ugh.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by this, Malvolio?
For some are born great,
Ha!
some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings,
Thy yellow stockings.
and wish to see thee always cross-guarded.
Cross-gartered. Why, this is very midsummer madness.
My lady, I heard earlier, Curio was telling me, Cesario is at the gate. He won't come back to see you, though.
Well, I'll come to him. Good Mariah, let this fellow be looked to. Let some of my people take special care of him. I would not have him roughly used.
Nothing will come between me and the full prospects of my hopes. Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Here's the challenge to Cesario. Read it. I warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Aye, isn't it? Do but read.
Youth Cesario, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Oh, good and valiant!
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly. But that liest in thy throat is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief and to exceeding good sense. Less.
I will waylay thee going home, or if it by thy chance to kill me, fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. Thine sworn friend and enemy,
Andrew Aguecheek.
If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. Go, Sir Andrew, scout me from the edge of the orchard. So soon as thou seest him, fight and swear horrible.
Oh, nay, let me alone for swearing.
Away! I shall deliver his challenge by word of mouth, and set up Cesario on the other side, so both may be hideous in skill, fury, and impetuosity.
Oh, here he comes with my lady!
Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on Duke Orsino's behalf.
Sit. Oh, by your leave, I pray you. I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? Cesario, by the roses of spring, by maidenhood, honor, and everything, I love thee so, that despite all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? That honor saved me upon asking give.
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honor can I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee may bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir.
You've been challenged by the great Sir Andrew Aguecheek. Thy assignment is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake me, sir. I'm sure no gentleman hath any quarrel to me. I beseech you, do me this courteous office, is to know of that knight what my offense to him is. It's something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will. Mariah, stay you by this gentleman to my return.
I pray you, do you know of this matter?
I know that the knight is incensed against you by some moral argument. He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opposite you could have found in any part of Illyria.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a Figaro.
Talks on it. I'll not meddle with him.
Stay you there. I'll make the motion. Make a good show on it.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them what I lack of a man.
There's no remedy.
Come, sirs. Come. Come. Toot.
I do assure you, 'tis against my will.
If this young gentleman have offended you, I take his fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
Madam, what are you?
One, sir, that for her love dares yet do more than you have heard her brag she will.
If you are an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good Sir Toby, hold! Here comes the officer!
Antonia, I arrest thee at the suit of Duke Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, ma'am, no jots, I know your favor well. Though now you have no sea cap on your head. She knows I know her well.
I must obey. Sebastian, I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money?
Will you deny me now?
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature.
Come, now.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched him out of the jaws of death, the tempestuous sea, and thereafter did I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by, away.
Sebastian, how vile and idle proves this god. Shame.
Methinks her words do from such passion fly, that she believes herself. Now prove true, imagination, prove true, that I, dear brother, now be taken for you.
She names Sebastian. Oh, if it prove, then tempests are kind, and salt waves fresh in love.
Now, sir, have I met you again, thou base, motley-minded promise-breaker?
Thou spineless, brainless, artless cur.
Thou scurvy-filled rogue!
Toby! Hold, Toby! On thy life I charge thee, hold!
Madam!
Out of my sight, Roots, be gone! Go! Go! Be not offended, dear Cesario. I prithee, gentle friend, go with me to my house, and hear thou how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath contrived, that thou thereby mayest smile at this. Thou shalt not choose, but go. Come.
I am mad, or is this a dream? If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee, would thou'dst be ruled by me?
Madam, I will. This is the air. That is the glorious sun. I am amazed and confused. Yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonia then? I could not find her at the Elephant, but she had been there and had sought me out. Her counsel might do me golden service now.
Cesario!
But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine if you mean well. Now go with me, and into the chapel nearby, and before the holy man, plight me the full assurance of your faith, so that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live in peace. What say you?
I'll follow and go with you, and having sworn truth and fidelity, be ever true.
Then on we go to the good Father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Belonging to Lady Olivia, friend.
Aye, sir.
Let your lady know I'm here to see her.
I will, sir.
Here comes the woman, sir, that did rescue me from the brawl.
That face of hers, I remember well.
Duke Orsino, this is that Antonia that took the Phoenix and her cargo from Crete.
She did me a kindness, sir, drew upon my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom in terms so dear has made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, forgive me. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ungrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem. For his sake exposed myself to the dangers of this adverse town, drew to defend him when he was beset, where, being apprehended, denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, both day and night did we keep each other's company.
But for the fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this you've tended upon me.
Cesario!
Here comes the Countess.
Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam.
Gracious Olivia.
What say you, Cesario? Good my lord.
My soul, the faithless offerings hath breathed out. What shall I do? You will not budge, so live you the stone-cold life forever. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I take out that cruel eye. Come, boy, with me.
The Duke I love more than I love my life, if it would make your peace of mind forever.
Come away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband.
Aye, husband. Can that he deny?
Her husband, Cesario.
No, my lord, not I.
Oh, for the love of God, a sturgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby. He has broken his head across.
Who has done this, Maria?
The Duke's gentleman. What Cesario? We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman, Cesario.
Aye, here he is.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you.
How is it with you, sir?
This rogue, he hath hurt me. There's the end on it.
I'm sorry, madam, but I have hurt your uncle. You throw a strange regard upon me.
One face, one voice, one habit, 2 persons, a natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonia? Oh, my dear Antonia, how the hours have racked and tortured me since I have lost thee.
How have you made a division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twin than these 2 creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother. I had a sister whom the blind waves and surges have devoured.
I was preserved by a captain in this last tempest, and have since served this noble duke.
Antonia, my good friend, did rescue me, but I am now rescued with the sight of my sister.
Ah! Your master quits you, and for your service done him here's my troth. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
Madam! Madam!
Madam, you have done me wrong, notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have, pray you, peruse this letter. You must not now deny it is your hand.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but out of the question. 'Tis Maria's hand.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl to come taint the condition of this present hour. Most freely I confess myself and Sir Toby set this device against Malvolio here. I myself writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married me.
Hurrah!
And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges. how some are born great, some achieve greatness,
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of thee.
He hath been most notoriously maltreated.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Come, Cesario, for so you shall, while you are a man, but in other habits seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy queen.
Hurrah!